Awesome. I'll just tell you guys this, if you guys have any questions or anything like that, feel free to interrupt me, raise your hand. I'll try to keep track of all the hand raising. But feel free to interrupt me. This is not just me talking to you guys, it's more of a discussion. So just wanted to let you guys know that. We're going to go ahead and get started. I am going to attempt to share my screen. Can everybody see that presentation? Thank you, Russ. Thank you, Steve. Thanks for giving me thumbs up. All right, so welcome to the Fall Recreational 2021 meeting. This is the first one. We're going to have another one in July. I'm excited to have you all here. So I'm going to start with some information on myself. My name is Jerica, and I've been playing sports since I was 5 years old. So I love sports. I went to Washburn Rural, and then I got a scholarship for basketball to Kansas Wesleyan University and played there for a year. And then came back and graduated from Washburn University. I started in this office on March 3rd as a staff member. But before that, I served on the board for 2 years, and I have coached both of my sons, who are now currently 8 and 11 years old. I'm excited to grow this sport, but even more excited to help provide a fun and safe environment where kids like my kids can enjoy the beautiful game of soccer and learn from all of you guys, which then leads me straight into our first slide, which is our Sunflower Soccer mission statement. And our mission is to provide a fun, fair, and safe environment to promote the love and development of the game of soccer in and around Topeka. My son wants to say hi, but he doesn't know that no one can see him. This is kind of how our hierarchy goes in the office, or it's kind of set up. Alex Delaney is the club director. Charlie Warren, who helped in the office and did mostly everything prior to March 3rd. She has moved into the select coordinator role. I have taken over the recreational coordinator division. We just hired Steve Loy, who is on our call, as our director of coaching, and he's a part-time employee of us. He's also a teacher at Shawnee Heights. Is that right? I had a moment. Trey, what are you doing? Stop. And then Aaron is our awesome groundskeeper. As of right now, we have a board of 9 members. Our president is Kevin Beck. Our vice president is Kevin Maxwell. Eric Purcell is our treasurer, and Dustin Gale is our secretary. That's going to be changing because we have our annual meeting this month, right? In 2 weeks, I believe. So check out our calendar if you want to come to that. It is an open meeting. So things to know: we are a 501c3. Here we have over 2,100 players at Sunflower Soccer. We have over 210 teams. We do own the complex, and we do have a very small staff, so forgive us if it takes us a little bit to get back to you. We try to check our email. I do it very often, but most of the time in our office hours, that's when we're checking our emails and such. We do have game model chairs that are a part of our board. So this is how it breaks down. Nick is in charge of mini kickers. Kevin Mapes is in charge of our 4v4 league. Dustin Gale is in charge of 7v7. Jared Haas is 9v9. Kyle Lear is an 11v11. And this is important because they can answer any questions that you may have throughout the year. You have me and the office staff as a resource, but if you want to reach out to them, you can do so. And their emails are their first name dot last name at sunflowersoccer.org. Anybody have any questions yet? All right. All right, let's get started in the coach information. Coach responsibilities: let the kids have some fun. We want to create an environment where youth can have fun, learn how to work as a team, how to communicate with the coaches and other players. And of course, we want them to learn the basics of soccer. A benefit of being coach, which if you've done this in the past, you know this, but you get to set up the location and the time of the practices, which is a very big perk. I really liked that, having multiple teams and multiple kids in sports. Most of the communication will filter from the office through to you, and then you guys will go to the team for us. All of that should come through Team Snap, but of course, if you guys have any questions, you guys can reach out to us. We want to definitely, as a coach, you should have a basic knowledge of the rules for recreational soccer, and it is available to you at any time. And you can find them on our website, topekasoccerclub.com. Just scroll all the way to the bottom, and it's in the blue footer, and just click Rec Rules. And you can download them. And if parents want to see them, you can send them out as a PDF. You can share them on Team Snap, however you would like. But those are there for you, so use them as a resource. But if you have any questions, of course, you can ask us. All right, nitty gritty. Right now, this is what we need from you guys to make this season go very smoothly. So everything is an individual registration, and the registration is open right now, and it's going through July 14th. July 14th is going to be a hard cutoff. That doesn't mean that the players can't get on a team, but we will call it waitlisted until we have all of our initial registrants that registered on time put on a team. As coaches, if you already have a team that you may coached last year or last season, or you're putting one together, what I recommend that you do is fill out a roster form and you can find it at www.tsc1983.com/roster. Fill out that roster as soon as possible with as much information as you can, and then email it to me, and that's jerica@topekasoccerclub.com. Once you've done that, I will email you back. I will tell you that I got it. Thank you so much. And then I'll keep track of the registrations coming in, and I'll start creating your team based off of the players that you have on the list. Along with the roster form throughout the summer and before we start our season, you do have to go through the KSYSA risk management, and that's through Got Soccer. You do have to do your background check, which is good for 2 years. So if you coached this last season, you're good for 2 years on your background check. But the Safe Sport certification, that is good for 1 year. So if you did it this last spring, you're good until next spring. Also, along with all of that paperwork, you do have to have a medical release form filled out for each player. So as you're going, through the first practice, or maybe you're getting together throughout the summer, have them go ahead and fill out that medical release form. If you want to, you can send them to me, but we always want you to have them with you at any time you guys are practicing or having games. This gives us the permission to help a kid if they're severely injured. Any questions so far? Steve, just jump in if you have anything to add at all. Hey, Charlie. All right, so we updated the recreation team roster form a little bit. So now we have your team name. If you're a new team or not a new team that played maybe last season, or maybe you're half and half, the age group that you're looking at, boys or girls. And then if maybe you're playing 4v4 and you only have 6 players and you want us to place more kids on your team, just fill out that place more kids on the team and check yes. If you don't want anyone else on your team, we'll have you check no. And then you can see player name. Birth date is a really important one. I've gotten a couple of rosters that don't have their birth dates, but I know that they marked that they're not a new team. So I had their information in Team Snap, but if you can provide me with that birth date, that would be huge, a big help. We have the need uniform question on there because some teams are coming from the spring season. You guys got all new uniforms. Maybe you guys will stick with those uniforms for the fall season. But if you add anyone to your team, let us know, and we'll get them a uniform. Or if maybe kids grow, so they may need a new uniform because they grew. I see a question, Jeff Molliker. Can you add another couple lines for coaches? I will definitely do my best. It's pretty squeezed in there, but you can always write on the side if you need to. That's not a problem. Or you can email me and I can type it in there for you. Great question, Jeff. Thank you. Any other questions on this? All right. Silence tells me that there's no questions. So let's talk birth years and divisions. Even though you turned in a roster form, the players will still need to register individually. So when the players register, on the registration form, these will put them into the appropriate age division based off of the birth year that they fill out when they fill out the form. Then when you turn in the roster, if they need to, like maybe it was a 2013 kid named Trey Henderson and he's playing in the 2012 division, so he's playing up, I will move him into that division. So you might get some feedback from your parents saying, well, it wouldn't let me put it in the right division. I know I'm playing in the U11, but only let me put in the U10. You can forward that on to me and I'll answer their question. But just know that when I create your roster, after all the registrations have been complete, it'll be in, you will play in the division of your oldest birth year on your team. Okay, any questions so far on that? All right, so we're going to get a couple of examples. This is when you got to unmute yourself and answer the question. So this is example 1. This is team A has the following players. So we got Tyler, Steve, Charlie, Braden, Alex, and Trey. According to this roster, what division would this team play in?
2013.
2013, and what division?
U9.
Yes, good job. You guys passed. There's another test question here. Now I saw Russ had answered, and whoever spoke up last time, you guys can't answer on the next one. I need 2 new people other than Steve and Charlie. You guys cannot answer these questions. All right, example 2. Team B has the following players: Tessa, Sadie, Chuck, Brandy, Tracy, April. What division are they going to be in? Anyone?
U11.
Woo! Thank you so much, RJ. All right.
So I guess I got a
U11.
question.
Yeah.
I got a question. So in the spring, we should have been U9, but we played U8 because I guess there was not a U9 in girls. They either pushed them up to U10 or U8. There was not a U9. Are we going to make sure that there's all divisions in the fall?
Yes. Yes. We should have all divisions. We will be communicating with you if we have to combine any divisions due to lack of teams. But I have a feeling that we're going to have all divisions available.
Well, that doesn't, I mean, that
Was that boys or girls?
was girls.
Yeah, because that's weird because we were supposed to be a U8 girls or 2012 and we had to play up.
I was supposed to be U9 because I had 2012 and they put me back down in U8.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
I thought we were moved up.
I'm just curious because that'll determine, and if you guys don't have, I mean, I guess, how will we know if you're going to push us up or down? I mean, that's the thing, because
it will probably not happen whatsoever. I can't say guarantee because I can't guarantee all of our registrations, but at this time you'll be in the division of your oldest player. That's it.
So there goes my team.
That's not too, Jared. We've talked and I mean, we've talked, we worked some things out. We explained this to you. So I wouldn't say there goes your team. We got this. You got this. I know you do. So I know you guys got to go up to like almost U10 this year, I think is what we were talking about. So, but if anything changes or anything with the division changes, we will definitely communicate that out to you guys. That's why these rosters are super important, so that as we get those registrations, we're going to put them together and put them in the right division. And then that's why we have that hard cutoff of July 14th, so that we can create what we need to do. And you guys are going to be in the appropriate divisions.
So the 3 or 4 that I have that's 2012 would have to bump up to U10, but the other ones that are 2013 will be U9. So
well, your 2013, that is correct. Your 2013s though could play up to U10.
Correct, but if they don't want to, then they'll be in U9.
That is correct. Yep.
Okay.
Yep. Great questions, guys.
Hi, Jerica. Thanks for running the meeting and the presentation and stuff. I emailed you earlier about maybe bringing my county rec team over to Sunflower. And I was just curious for the like U7 divisions, are they co-ed at all, or is it all boys or all girls?
All boys, all girls. Not to say that some girls don't choose to play in the boy division, but it is boys and girls separate.
Thank you.
Great question. Any other ones on this? All right. Okay, we're going to go over Team Snap overview. We really encourage you guys to use Team Snap for any communication this year. Under Team Snap, once everybody is registered and I have everything together, I'm going to send you an invite. You'll have to go through that invite, and that's when your team will show up, and you'll have the roster on there. It allows you to use the team chat and email. You can actually put in your practices under the calendar, and then we'll put in the games automatically when they're uploaded in there. You can see invoices from the team or the league in there, and all families should use team app for communication if possible, because that's when we're going to send out all of the emails, like I had said, even rain out, update on the fields, complex things like that. So that's how we communicate from the office to you guys as well. Any questions?
Is that communicate? Is that new? Because I don't know that I've ever received communication from you guys in Team Snap. It's always through my email. Is that something I'm missing out on? Or?
Nope, it comes through Team Snap, but it goes to your email. Does that make sense? So whatever you register, we use the Team Snap software to send out the email. So it'll be like from Jerica Henderson via Team Snap, that type of thing. Good question. So when to contact the office, it's whenever you need to. Our office hours are 9 to 3, Monday through Thursday. We're usually here on Friday, but we're usually getting the fields ready, putting up the flags, anything that we need to put out there. Do keep in mind that we do have an or by appointment. So if you can't stop by the office for some reason between 9 and 3, communicate that with us. Let us know when you can. And one of us can work with you on a time that maybe we meet up here or somewhere else. Practice plans or soccer questions, you can email us for resources. You can email the game model representatives that we went through earlier. And then Steve also can help out as the director of coaching if you would like to email him. His is doc@topekasoccerclub.com. Scheduling practice is going to be through Pick Time at this time, unless we find a better software, but right now it's going to be through Pick Time. Like I said, weather updates go through Team Snap, and then rescheduling games or canceling practice reservations, you can come through us as well. And then the rescheduling of games, we'll go over that in July, so you guys have that fresh on your mind once those games come out. Sportsmanship. This is very big to us. We want to definitely show that we have a lot of sportsmanship. These players look up to us as parents, as coaches, mentors, even teachers, and they're going to mimic what you do and how you react in every situation, whether that's good, bad, or ugly. So try to keep that sportsmanship in mind, keep it positive for the kids so that they keep playing soccer. If there is ever an issue, our office is open. Come talk to the office. We're here to help in any way. If it's on the weekend, we do have a field marshal who's usually in the garage during all of the game times. If they're not in the garage, that means that we had to substitute for them for refereeing. We are going to hold the coaches responsible for the parents and players' actions. So have the conversation with your parents at the beginning of every season about the sportsmanship that you expect on the side and what to expect from them during practices and games. I did this a lot with every single year. I had repeat people on my team, and they had to hear that speech every year. So definitely keep that on the forefront of their minds. Also, keep everything in perspective. This is just a small moment in each of these players' lives, but these small moments can be hugely impactful. So what kind of impact do you want to make on these kids' lives? Hopefully it's a great one and a positive one. A note on referees. So Alex gave me some of these statistics. 80% of referees in Kansas youth soccer are first-year refs. There's a lot of turnover. So they are coming in, getting certified, and then they start immediately. 85% of the referees in Kansas are under the age of 18 years old. So when you're sitting on the sideline and maybe they make a call, remember that they are kids as well, and that think about how you would want someone else to talk to your kid whenever they are out there. The referee numbers are down statewide, and it's even more down because of a COVID year. We didn't have that year, like people quit or leave for any reason, and we didn't have that next year to have people come in. So we are down a lot statewide. Driving referees away and yelling at them or making it a difficult working environment. That just means that we'll have fewer games and even possibility of your parents having to be the EAR on the sideline. And we've had to do that a couple of times already in Heartland. I was on the sideline and one of our parents had to be the AR. And it's not a fun job, let me tell you. So be kind, be responsible, and be a mentor for the referees, not only for the players, but also well, not only for the referees, but also for your players. Again, if you guys have any questions or concerns, please come up, talk with the field marshal and talk with someone in the office. We are more than happy to talk with you and figure out what is going on if you guys have some challenges, okay? Sensitive issues, since we are all working with youth, we are mandated reporters. So at any time that we see abuse or neglect, parent or player behavior problems, anything like that, please report it to us, to the state, to whoever needs to know, so that we can definitely take care of that and protect our players. Keep track of, of their player mental health. Keep in mind, again, poor practice or game sportsmanship. If that becomes an issue, report that, and definitely use us as your resource. So what to coach? Of course, let's make soccer fun, because isn't soccer fun? Isn't that why we're out here? Because soccer is, Trey wanted everybody to know that soccer is so much fun. So play soccer, don't work soccer. That is definitely an Alex quote, but I definitely back that up. Keep in mind, you want to ask these questions. What makes my player safe? Put yourself in their shoes and say, what makes me safe? What makes me valuable? You are working with kids about 0, because we have mini kickers all the way up until 10 years old. So keep that in mind. They are growing mentally and physically. And then what is age appropriate? Technical, tactical, physical, psychological, what age are you dealing with? Resources for this can come from the office, or let us know. You can reach out to Steve. He actually can maybe even come down and help out if you guys are running into some challenges and such. Some of the things that we do have out on the website is 6 before 7 and 12 before 10. Can anybody tell me what these are? Test time.
It's the skills that they need to have for that age.
Yay, Jennifer, I called you Jeff earlier. Sorry about that.
That's okay.
So it's basically 6 moves that they should know before 7, and then 12 moves before they're 10. So if you're working on individual skills, check out our videos on our website. Definitely, we have them out there. Show the kids some moves, and that way they can work on their individual skills as well. We do offer our Technique Football app. It's $20 per player per year. I have signed up Trey. He's on the rec side. I signed up Trey. I paid the $20 and it's been awesome. So during this horribly cold last year, I was like, how can I get the soccer ball on my kids' feet on the inside? And they have so many different things that you can do. They call it wall drills. I let them kick it against the couch back to them. They can do it with bare feet. They have like tennis ball ones. There's so much out there. So if you're interested in setting something up like that for your player or any of your players, please just email Alex. He just needs to sign you up under our Topeka Soccer Club. Any questions on that? All right, practices and soccer training. Reserve your practice fields at K&I. We can start doing that through pick time in mid-July. You can use Sunflower Soccer Complex as an overflow, but the select teams do have the first pick at those. Like I said, you can reserve your field at pick time. During the season, our field hours are 9 a.m. to dark. and then we're closed on Fridays, and then again 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Saturday and Sunday. You guys are responsible for the equipment, but we do have some coaches packets up here if you needed to have a ball or some training jerseys. We do partner with Academy, so they've provided us with some of those, so you guys can pick them up throughout the summer if you would like. Just let me know. And then weather policies apply to practices no matter where you are. So if you're at KNI, you still have to follow the weather policies. Speaking of weather policies, these are it. So if it's above 105 degrees, the heat index or temperature, don't practice. It's unhealthy. Temperature, wind chill is below 32, don't practice. Hopefully we don't have that for a while. We're in the summertime, so, but it is Kansas, so you never know. If you're under a tornado watch, no playing. And again, this applies to all of the teams, regardless of where you practice. Any questions? All right. Some important dates that we've already talked about, but I'm going to go over again. Registration is now open. Direct your players to go out there and register. They have until July 14th. We're going to have another recreational coaches meeting on July 21st. That's going to be after registrations. And we're going to talk a lot more about the 4v4, 7v7. I think Steve might do a piece on coaching, that type of thing. So it's going to be very informational. Some of it's going to be some of this stuff because we'll have more people at the next meeting, but just be ready for that. July 21st. Rosters and divisions will be out and done July 26th. That way you can overview them and show your team is in the right division, all of that good stuff. And that way we have a little bit of time to play before we do the schedules. So July 26th, you'll know what division you're in, but most likely it's going to be the one that you guys are in when you turn in your rosters. Game schedules, we're going to have a coach's sneak peek by August 2nd. That means you guys have told us your conflict dates, and then we have done our draft of all of our schedules. We're going to send it out. You guys take a look at it. Let us know what your conflicts are. If, you know, some people are playing football and you got a schedule and now you got to change it, that type of thing. Let us know. But it's final on August 9th. The games start the weekend of August 21st and 22nd with our rain out weekend ending up on October 9th and 10th. There are no reschedule fees. Just resolve it with we're going to follow the same thing that we just did this last spring. Just get with the other coach, reschedule it, come up with a couple of dates that you want to play, and then fill out the reschedule form at tsc1983.com/reschedule. Please do this at least 10 days before the game, the initial game schedule. Questions? Okay. Important announcement. Oh my goodness, Charlie and I and the office are so excited about this. We have traditionally done the Harvest Cup in the fall. We have now rebranded it to be Nightmare on Northwest 17th Street. So it's going to be a Halloween themed soccer tournament. Registration is open. If you guys want to already go ahead and go register, that would be great. It does close September 19th. This provides you a good chance to test your team at the end of the year. Maybe if you guys are thinking about going competitive, maybe you guys go into the competitive area. We're going to have more vendors, more fun. We have some great ideas floating around the office. We're going to execute them. I did just confirm that we're going to have a hay rack ride. So that's exciting. If you have any questions, let us know about this. If you know of anybody that wants to be involved as a sponsor or volunteer, let us know as well. Super excited about that one. All right, any questions, comments, concerns, feedback?
I have a couple questions. So I have a rec team that part of the girls decided to go ahead and play club, and so we've got the girls that decided to stay back and do rec. So with a partial team, is that with the team roster, just fill out who you have and you guys would fill in the rest to fill out the team? Is that the correct way to approach that?
Yes, ma'am. That is perfect.
Okay.
You got it.
And the other thing, so I know the preference for the rec teams is to use KNI, but is there, every time we use those fields, they were very tall as far as grass goes. The goals for the 99 were way all over the place. Like, is there a maintenance schedule for that? They were just very difficult to use.
So some of that was on us. We finally got our goals situated towards the end of the year. The So we do apologize for that. We got it cleaned up over there as far as goals. But maintenance of the field itself is actually ran by KNI.
Okay.
So like the grass being mowed and all of that stuff, it is ran by KNI. Now, if you need more locations, not all of them have goals, but I do drive around Topeka all the time and kind of spot out places that take care of their grass. So if you needed some places, you can always just email us and we can help you find a spot.
Okay, thank you. That's helpful.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. Anyone else got anything? All right. Steve, do you have anything? Charlie, do you have anything?
I do. Charlie, do you need to input anything? Hey, my name is Steve Loy, and as I get a little bit more involved in the different parts of our organization, I do hope that you guys will join me for the coaches meeting July 21st. I do want to go over a few more items that we didn't talk about in this meeting. In addition, I hope to model a practice model that I think one would be really beneficial for you guys, really easy to use, being able to plug in different skills that you want to teach and kind of use the same format over and over. And it's a format we still use in competitive all the way through high school. So I'd like to do that on July 21st. I'll also, again, promote the Techni app. There's a lot of things out there on Facebook. There's a lot of things through soccer magazines that all promise skill development, or you can go pay for camps. You can go up to Kansas City if you want. But really, the Techni app is perfect for at home or the backyard. There's even a section about what to do indoors without, destroying the home. There's sections for shooting, dribbling, passing, touches. In addition to, if you want it, there's psychological and actually physical development in there. And so all of those things are important aspects of the game. The $20 is an absolute steal, and Alex has worked out such a good deal for us that there's nothing else that you can find. And I've been Corver trained and certified and other skill related through different licensing. And I fully support the Techni app and believe in it. We actually use it with our Kansas Olympic Development Program kids as well. So it's appropriate from rec players all the way up. So definitely check it out. You can honestly check it out as a free kind of trial to see if it's something you might be interested in, and then contact Alex if you want to commit to it for the year. Also, I believe he also has deals for full teams. So if your whole team is interested in it, you might even be able to strike a better deal with him than that. But $20 for the whole year is pretty impressive. Practice locations, Jerica did speak about it a little bit. I've amassed a list and left it both with Charlie and Jerica of all the places that I know that have goals. I know that's one of the big things about when I was a rec coach, trying to find anywhere that had goals, because lots of places have fields, and coaching at KNI, I can understand the frustration. But again, keep in mind the KNI folks, they give us that facility and graciously let us put goals and stuff in there, and they take care of it for us as a kind of a community service. So but there are lots of places around town. The only thing that I strongly suggest is if you use a school district or a church, notify that school or that church. Often with the schools, if you have a member that's going to school there, or you have a member that's going to the church, they're fine with it, and they don't have rental policies. Some of the high school fields, most of all the high school fields have rental policies. So just be careful about that. But there are lots of places, whether it's Gage or Shawnee or even North, that you can just get on, and it's first come, first serve. So, and finally, I absolutely would love to have everybody play in the Nightmare tournament that we host. But if there's anybody that wants to venture further than Topeka, I also have a list of rec tournaments in the area. I don't have anything further than 2 hours away, but I do have things that are within 1 hour, like a day. So you don't have to worry about travel. You probably have to spring for a meal, or at least Gatorades at a gas station or something. But if that's something you wish to pursue, we definitely have that information for you as well.
Thank you,
Thanks,
Steve. All right. Any other questions that you guys might have?
Hmm.
Okay. Well, I definitely want to say thank you so much again for giving your time to our youth soccer and our players. And we really appreciate you. We are here to help in any way. So please use us as resources. I just had to say hi to Tyler. Hi. Everybody say happy birthday to Tyler. It's her birthday today and she's on our Zoom call. So, but thank you again for everything. And we look forward to seeing you over this next year. So let us know if we can do anything for you. Have a great evening, guys.
Thank
You
you. You too.
You see Tyler? Where's Tyler? Happy anniversary, Steve.
Hey, thank you. Thank you.
Now go take her out to eat, okay?
Oh, that's where we went earlier today. So
Oh, where'd you go?
we went to Kansas City to PF Chang's.